Alright, then let's begin.
What the? Who are you, imbeciles? Of all history's greatest fools, you are by far the most idiotic group I have ever encountered. I, Hunson Abadeer, ruler of the Nightosphere, command you to leave immediately. Humans do not even vaguely qualify to read this. Now get out. Leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been banished from this panel. Upon exiting, please deposit your souls in one of the properly marked bins. Thank you, and have a happy weekend here at Comic-Con.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the evil editor of the Adventure Time Encyclopedia, Eric Klopfer.
First off, a big thank you to everyone for coming. Quick show of hands, who here is cosplaying Adventure Time today? Give yourself a hand. Point each other out. And a big thank you for your sartorial exuberance.
And for being greedy and not leaving and sneaking in.
I know!
Now, who here has a copy of the book? Well, thank you for your good taste. And now I'd like to introduce our distinguished panel. We have Martin Olson, who's author of the Encyclopedia of Hell, as well as the Adventure Time Encyclopedia, and he plays Lord of Evil on the show.
Thank you very much.
We have Olivia Olson, Martin's real-life daughter, who plays his evil daughter, Marceline the Vampire Queen, on TV. We have voice actress Jessica DiCicco, who plays Flame Princess on Adventure Time. Celeste Moreno, evil illustrator / art director for the book, and character designer for Phineas and Ferb. Also the voice of Ted the Marshmallow. And finally we have Mahendra Singh, evil illustrator and friend to both man and beast.
Yes! My favorite illustrator.
So how many people here know what the Enchiridion is? That's very good. Now, Martin, I thought you were supposed to write the actual Enchiridion. How did you end up writing this book instead?
Initially, Penn Ward was a fan of the book that Celeste Moreno and Mahendra Singh and I did before this, which is called Encyclopedia of Hell. So Penn asked us to write the encyclopedia of his show and to use the same staff, the same illustrators and book designers, and had me write it. So it was an unusual, it's never happened before. He picked us because it's based on our first book to do his book on his show.
Well, wait a minute, you also play the Lord of Evil on TV? How'd that happen in the first place?
I'm not an actor. He had hired my daughter Olivia to play one of the main characters, and so he then said, what if you played her father on the show? I said, Penn, I'm not an actor, you're an idiot, what are you talking about? He said, no, you're an idiot, just come down and do what I say, just, I like your voice, just be her father on TV. So it really was as ridiculous as that, that's how it came about.
Well, how do you channel the voice of that character for the book? A steady diet of French fries?
Actually, the storyline of that...
He likes ham sandwiches better, actually.
Yeah, I like ham sandwiches. I did used to steal Olivia's French fries and food at home, and it was a big... This is actually true, it was a point of contention. So it kind of wove into the storyline of the show.
Olivia, is that your handwriting in the book?
Yeah, it was really cool because when he was writing it, he was doing it from the perspective of the Lord of Evil, but in real life, I'm his daughter, so the notes that Marceline makes throughout the book is almost notes that I really made when he was writing the actual book. So
Yeah, that's right.
it was really cool to be able to be part of the process.
Well, you're on 2 TV shows, and on both of them, you play an evil guy's daughter. What's up with that?
I guess I'm typecasted. I have a little bit of evil in me, so it just works out.
Well, aside from the father-daughter connection, in the San Diego panel, we mentioned briefly that Tom Kenny actually babysat you in real life when you were a child. Is there any truth to that?
You sang at their wedding.
I sang at their wedding when I was like 4 or 5, so it's funny that in the storyline, it all kind of relates to real life and our own random reality of
Tom
the fact
Kenny
that
is
he used
who
to
plays.
watch me.
Yeah, we were friends with, and Tom and his wife actually were in love with Olivia as a baby, and she sang at their wedding. So it's odd now that the Ice King is actually her surrogate father. It's crazy. The whole show was completely insane.
Well, you two are also, you have an album out called the Father-Daughter Album of Unspeakable Beauty. Are you two not sick of each other yet? Or what's going on here?
It's pretty sickening by now, don't you think? We have an album, the Father-Daughter Album of Unspeakable Beauty, which is done in character. And it's on iTunes and CD Baby, you can order it up.
I want to ask Celeste a question about the art in the book. Celeste, you served as art director and illustrator. What was it like working on page after page of such unmitigated evil?
Well, first I want to say that San Diego has nothing on the craziness here for the con. So, I don't know, I met Martin on Phineas and Ferb and just worked slavishly day in and day out.
Okay. I wanted to ask Jessica, and thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here, Jessica!
Can you talk a little bit about how you came to be involved in the show, and is it fun? It's fun to work on as it is to watch.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's my most favorite show I've ever worked on, easily. But yeah, I just well, I think typically they know who they want. Like, Penn typically knows who he wants to be each character, just as Martin just said. And for Flame Princess, they opened it up for auditions. And so I got the audition just like any other normal audition, and I did a little research. And I had heard about Adventure Time, but I didn't really understand. I didn't know. And yeah, so I watched a bunch of clips on YouTube, and I was like, oh, Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And then I got lucky, and I got the part, and yeah. And now I'm here with you guys. Join the cast.
I'm told that we have a surprise special guest here.
Well, here's the thing.
Is
This panel is basically meaningless. I mean, the fact that Mahendra is here alone just sort of denigrates the whole thing. Right now, the whole point of the book is about Finn, of course. And without Finn being here, it's just absurd, and you might as well just leave, because... Wait a minute. There he is!
What's up, guys? I'm a little jet lagged. I just got here from LA, and usually when you're jet lagged, you kind of lose track of time. So I have one question for you guys. What time is it? All right.
So we had no idea who was talking. Thanks. But you have a question for Jeremy, and perhaps then we could go into the next.
How are you dealing with all the insults that Martin, by way of Hunson, threw your character in this book?
I love it. It's like looking on Twitter and looking at all the mean things that people say about you. I get a good kick out of those. Those are more fun than the nice things people say about you.
Do you doodle a lot in your own books?
No, I had a cartooning class in high school and I dropped out of it.
It kills the resale value, I'm told.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Didn't make it richer.
I'm so glad you came. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Totally. I feel bad, but I actually gotta go. Oh, by the way, though, I will be here tomorrow, and I think I'll be signing from like 1 to 3. If you guys want to stop on by, I'm with these guys.
Well, as many of you might have seen,
Jeremy, stand up!
That was very nice of him to come in.
well, I guess enough yakking about the book for a second. We have some actual pages from it to show the fans and talk about real quick.
Yeah, we're going to do a full panel, but it'll be shorter, of course, by half. So we're going to show some of the books and go through it rather quickly, and then show a couple other surprises. So I guess starting at this is starting at the end. Oh my goodness.
The end is the beginning.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So, this was actually a painting by one of the executives who's a genius on the, who's an executive at Cartoon Network. And
I actually have this real painting hanging in my room.
his name is Rick Blanco, and he's very unique in the realm of executives because he's a fine artist, and he actually drew the frontispiece for our book, and then gifted it to us as a surprise. It now hangs in our living room, or in her bedroom, I think. This is the warning page telling everyone to stop reading the book. Next. This is from the brain of this woman over here, Celeste Moreno. This insane image. I think that says it all, really. Beware or die in a cocoon of phlegm is what she wrote. This is Jeremy, you just saw him. This is by Tony Millionaire, one of my favorite illustrators who's not present today.
And by the way, since you guys all snuck in here, the other group doesn't get to see Jeremy, so...
That's right!
Evil does pay.
Sometimes evil pays off.
Evil does pay.
This is the evilest group we've spoke before. This is by Renee, one of my favorite illustrators who did 4 illustrations for the book as well. And she also could not be here, Renee French. This is from the mind of Mahendra, the gentleman at the end of our panel, Mahendra Singh. Mahendra, what's the title of your latest book, the Snark book?
The Hunting of the Snark.
The Hunting of the Snark is the most trippiest goddamn book I've ever seen in my life. Get it online, I'm telling you, was like, if I was a pot smoker, perhaps I would buy that book. This is a picture that was done unasked for by Ashleen Romano. And she just sent it to me, and I just fell in love with her artwork and actually asked her if she would illustrate in the book. So we all got together, and she actually was included as a result of that. She was a friend of a friend. Highly recommended. Okay, we should move quicker.
That means draw as much as you want and as much as you can and share it. Because art pays.
That's right. At the end of the book becomes alive, and as you can see, the craziness that happens. This is a previous cover. We can just move through these and get to the questions and to the trailer. This is a cross-section of Godzilla. I don't know how that got there. This is Olivia, who should not have been taking pictures and posting them of her actually writing all the comments in the book. We had a huge... This is her, she and I fighting to the death after I caught her posting that picture.
Okay, as many of you have seen, Adam Franklin, and Rich Dorado created a lovely and demented trailer for the book, and we want to share that again with you here.
Lights down, please.
I found a book in the woods, and I brought it back to my people. I like to read to them about a human and a dog and a candy man and a pink puppet and a vampire girl and a little video game and a banana people and a noise like an angel, but it makes everybody happy, so it makes me happy.
So I guess we're gonna have folks line up for a Q&A if you have questions.
Yeah, run, get to the front,
do-
and we'll start answering your questions.
Anyone have a question? Line up quickly because we do have to make this in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Marcy and Hambo.
Can you sign my hand?
We'll sign stuff at the autograph place because it'll take too long because of the problem with it. But
Oh yeah, so I should just...
we'd be happy to do
There's a signing after the panel, yeah.
it. We're with you.
Yeah, there's a signing in the autograph area at table 21 at 6:45 tonight. And tomorrow, Martin and Olivia will be signing at the Abrams booth 2228 at 3 p.m.
And I like how you have the new Marceline with bangs.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
What is going on between Princess Bubblegum and Marceline?
What's going on between Princess Bubblegum and Marceline is the question.
Well, you're gonna have to keep watching and find out.
You should be ashamed of yourself. This is my daughter.
It's not that kind of...
All right, next please.
This is for Martin and Olivia. I was wondering if you guys recorded together when you did your episodes, and if you did, was that kind of weird when you're talking to each other about how I still love you, Marceline, as opposed to Olivia?
It was actually true emotions coming out because we're in the same room, and you know, it was the greatest thing ever. I was super lucky. I don't know. I think she hated it.
It was interesting. It was fun. We got to act out the whole battle scene between the two of us. So
Fight to the death.
So yeah, got out some pent-up aggression.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Okay, so I have two questions. First off, it's occurred to me that so far in the series, Marceline and Flame Princess haven't met each other. So are they going to be are you two going to be in an episode together sometime soon?
We hope so.
Okay.
We keep bugging Ken for it, so we'll see.
And my other question, and with you can hop on this later, but Olivia, are you going to sing anything for us?
Daddy, would you meet my friends?
Maybe.
Do you want to sing something now, Olivia? Just to get it.
You guys want to hear?
That's your problem. I'm just your problem. Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Alright, do your favorite one so far.
Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them and they were mine. But you ate them, yeah, you ate my fries. And I cried, but you didn't see me cry. Daddy, do you even love me? Well, I wish you'd show it. Oh my God. What kind of daddy's his daughter's fries? He doesn't even look her in the eyes. Daddy, there were tears there. If you saw them, would you even care?
So we have a lot more questions, but I don't believe we have time for many more, right?
5 more minutes.
Yes, we can have 5 more minutes worth of questions.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so sorry about the delay, but I'm glad you guys got a chance to see Jeremy because that was you guys lucked out. What's your question?
Okay, I can have 2 questions.
Sure.
What's really gonna happen when you
with Finn and Flame Princess, are they gonna get back together? Or?
Well, that's a question for the Flame Princess.
I don't know, I was really sad when I read that script that they broke up, but I hope they get back together. I don't know, I don't have any info. And even if I did, I wouldn't say.
Also, one more thing. What's up with Butler and like Dark Crab? I mean, what's up with that?
He's very sinister. We are trying to figure out exactly how to handle him. We'll see you later. But yes, that's a good point. That's a very sinister aspect of the show. We'll see what happens.
Okay,
Thanks for the question.
I have 2 questions also.
Sure.
Is the Lord of Death and Death the one with the cowhead friends?
Yes, we play poker together.
And I have a question for the Vampire Queen. Are you guys are you and Finn still friends and you hang out? Because I remember after when Finn just turned into the giant Lord of Death monster, you were like, you hang out with my dad. I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Yeah, it was kind of weird for a while there, because I mean, Finn and my dad getting along, no teenage girl, I mean, even though she's 1,000, she acts like a teenager. No one wants their friends to be friends with their parents, so I took a little break from him, but just couldn't resist, and we're back being buddies.
Oh, and
Next question.
We're okay.
Alright, I have a question for Flame Princess. How did you like the whole thing with, what was your, feelings with the whole thing about Finn and Flame Princess dating?
With them dating?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was such a genuine, true relationship, right? I thought they were good together. I don't know. I know. Do you guys want them back together?
Yes!
Wait, you can go to Penn about that.
Alright,
next
cool.
quiz.
That was First of all, I love you guys. You guys are my heroes.
Thanks.
What is your daily experience like on the set of Adventure Time?
We record once a week. I don't record once a week because unfortunately Marceline's not in every episode, which she should be, but...
Princess and Marceline need to take over.
Yeah. We need our own spin-off series. But it's really fun. We're all in the room together, and I feel like, we're all kind of similar to our characters in a way, so it's almost as if we're acting out what the cartoon is in real life in the booth, so it's awesome.
Hello, I play guitar and sing, and I covered Daddy My Prize and all that, and I forgot my guitar this time. But tomorrow, if I see you, I was wondering, can we possibly outplay it and you sing Daddy My Prize?
Alright, if you come through, we'll do it.
Oh, that'd be great. And also, now I sing, there's a Fiona here. If I see you tomorrow, I will play Marshall Lee's song for you.
I'm not Marceline. Fiona. John Kennedy, because in the show, how Marceline seems to have a better past, which the Ice King she's on cover, and her own dad.
That question for me?
Yeah.
That was Tom Kenny playing Ice King, and he actually is a friend of mine, so I was so happy that my daughter was in his care.
No, but in the show, did you ever feel jealousy, oh, damn, Ice King has a better relationship?
He wept when he saw it.
I wept.
He's the Lord of Evil.
I
He
wept.
doesn't care.
But I am the Lord of Evil, so the hell with him.
Alright, last question.
Two more.
Two more. Oh.
Sure.
We haven't seen Hunson since last season. Will we be seeing him anytime soon?
Yeah, I think so, and also in some of the comics as well. The news, there's a major thing happening in the comics, but we'll see what happens.
Very sinister.
Hi, how you doing?
How did Simon find Marceline?
Marceline was trudging through the rubble of a destroyed world and chanced upon her crying. And just from his...
Wasn't crying.
She was completely sobbing. And the part of Simon that was not yet insane saw a stuffed animal and brought it over to her, and the two bonded right then. And he was determined to protect her.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. Part of the deal, the lightning round panel, and sorry to have to ask, but we do have to ask that you all clear the room.
Yes, thank you so much for all coming.
Thank you.
This is the most evil crowd we've ever
And look
spoken.
up our CDs on iTunes.
Yes!